Listen to me. There comes a moment in every person's life when potential is no longer enough. Dreams are no longer enough. Ideas are no longer enough. You reach a place where you finally understand that success is not a miracle. Success is a result of organization. You can pray, you can fast, you can cry, you can shout, you can even be anointed, but if your life is disorganized, your destiny will remain delayed. Let me tell you something Myles Munroe always said: where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. But let me add something to it: where priorities are not organized, progress is impossible. Some of you are not suffering from lack of talent. You are suffering from lack of order. Your life is noisy, messy, scattered, reactive. You wake up with no structure, no plan, no clarity, no discipline. You are hoping for success while living in confusion. And confusion is the enemy of destiny. Order is the language of greatness. Every great destiny demands organization. Purpose is not a decoration you hang on the wall of your mind. It is not a dream that sits quietly in the corner of your imagination, waiting to magically come alive. Purpose is a living thing, fragile, powerful, but dependent on the environment you give it. Many people fail not because they lack purpose, but because they never create the structure required for that purpose to breathe, grow, and function. A seed, no matter how powerful, dies in the wrong soil. And the truth is, many destinies are buried not by the devil, but by disorganization. Think about your own life for a moment. How many times have you felt a burning idea, a divine stirring, a deep conviction that you were born to do something greater? You felt the fire, the excitement, the passion, and then life got noisy. Responsibilities piled up, distractions gained strength, old habits returned, and slowly the purpose that once roared in your heart became silent. Not because you were unworthy, but because purpose cannot thrive in chaos. Purpose suffocates when the environment is unstable. Imagine a construction site. Before a skyscraper can rise, workers spend months digging, measuring, laying foundations, and building scaffolding. To a passerby, it may look like nothing is happening. But everything is happening. Without that structure, the building would collapse the moment it touches the sky. In the same way, your purpose is tall, heavy, and full of divine weight. If the structure of your life, your discipline, your habits, your priorities, your focus is weak, your destiny will crumble under its own potential. Purpose demands structure because greatness is built, not wished for. Look at athletes. The purpose inside an Olympian is not enough to win a medal. What wins medals is the regimen, the early mornings, the restricted diet, the sacrifice of comfort, the disciplined schedule. An Olympic gold is really a reward for structure. Purpose ignites the dream, but structure fuels the journey. Without structure, the dream becomes an unfulfilled fantasy. Many people pray for opportunities, but they never structure their lives to hold those opportunities. You say you want financial increase, but your money has no plan, no order, no budget. You want a better career, but your daily routine has no learning, no sharpening, no intentional growth. You want to write a book, yet you never allocate time to write even one page. You want spiritual depth, yet you organize everything except your prayer life. Purpose gets frustrated when it sits inside a disorganized person, and frustration is the silent alarm of destiny. When you feel stuck, when you feel like life is moving but you are not, that is often your purpose saying, "Give me structure." Purpose is like electricity. It requires wiring. Without wiring, the power exists, but it cannot function. Think about your phone. It is full of potential, apps, tools, features, functions. But when the internal system becomes cluttered, when storage is full, when files are unorganized, the performance slows down. You don't throw the phone away, you reset, reorganize, clean up the system. Your life is similar. You are not broken. You are not behind. You simply need to reorganize your internal system, clear the mental clutter, remove the emotional junk, structure your priorities. Purpose performs best in a well-ordered mind. Purpose also requires boundaries. You cannot say yes to everything and expect your destiny to grow. If a gardener doesn't prune a plant, the plant grows wild and unfocused. But when it's trimmed, shaped, and managed, it flourishes. Many people's lives are overgrown with unnecessary commitments, conversations that drain them, habits that weaken them, people that distract them. Your purpose needs you to protect your time the way a mother protects her child. You cannot allow everything access to your focus. Structure is not restriction, it is preservation. The truth is, structure is love. When you structure your life, you are telling your purpose, I care about you, I respect you, I want you to succeed. Purpose will reward you the moment it knows you are committed. Some of the breakthroughs people wait years for would come within months if they simply created order. Because purpose is attracted to preparation. Opportunity moves towards structure. Blessings flow toward discipline. Look at the greatest achievements in history. They were never accidents. They were organized visions. Nations rise on structure. Businesses dominate with systems. Families thrive with routines. Even your body, the most advanced creation, functions in perfect order. Your heart beats rhythmically. Your lungs expand and contract in sequence. Your brain organizes millions of signals every second. If your body lived in chaos, you would collapse. If nature lived in chaos, life would collapse. So why should your destiny be any different? Everything God created follows structure in order to fulfill the purpose He assigned to it. You must understand that structure is a form of honor. When you organize your life, you honor your future self. You honor your gifts. You honor the people you are meant to impact. Someone's healing, someone's inspiration, someone's breakthrough is connected to your purpose. But if your life remains disorganized, you delay not only your destiny, but theirs. Your structure has a ripple effect. It creates order not only in your world, but in the world around you. And structure does not require perfection. It requires commitment. Start small, organize one area of your life, clean your workspace, create a morning routine, plan your day the night before, prioritize your tasks, protect your mental space, remove one toxic habit, spend time in learning, spend time in silence, spend time with God. With every small act of structure, you make room for purpose to grow stronger. Purpose is not asking you for miracles. It's asking you for management. Your life can transform drastically when structure enters your world. Not because structure is special, but because it unlocks the power that has been waiting inside you all along. Purpose needs structure to survive. Potential needs structure to grow. Destiny needs structure to manifest. Without structure, you will always feel the weight of greatness, but never experience the reality of it. But with structure, purpose becomes unstoppable. Discipline is not a personality trait. It is a decision you make every single day. It is the invisible engine that pushes a person from potential into performance, from intention into impact, from desire into destiny. Many people pray for success, hope for greatness, dream of elevation. But the bridge between where you are and where you want to be is built with discipline. Destiny is never delivered to the lazy. It is never handed to the unstructured. Destiny bows only to the disciplined. Every successful person you admire has one thing in common. They do what they need to do whether they feel like it or not. Feelings don't govern their actions. Purpose does. Passion does. Vision does. You cannot wait for motivation to move you. Motivation comes and goes. Inspiration fades, excitement fluctuates, but discipline remains steady. Discipline is that inner command that says, get up anyway, try again anyway, show up anyway, push forward anyway, even when everything in you wants to collapse, quit, or postpone. Think of the gym. On day one, you feel strong, you feel inspired, you feel ready to conquer the world. But by day 10, when soreness hits, when weather changes, when life gets busy, when you wake up tired, when no one is watching, that is when discipline steps in. Discipline is the whisper that says, your future body is depending on today's action. Without discipline, you will return to old patterns. With discipline, you break cycles that generations before you never broke. Discipline is the quiet power behind every extraordinary life. Look at students who excel academically. The top student is not always the smartest. Often they are simply the most disciplined. They study when others scroll their phones. They revise when others binge shows. They sacrifice short-term entertainment for long-term elevation. Destiny responds to those who respect their time. Think about finances. Many people want wealth, but they ignore the discipline required to handle money. They spend impulsively. They chase trends. They buy emotions instead of assets. Financial success is not about how much money you make. It is about how much discipline you practice. If you cannot manage $100, you will mishandle 10,000. Wealth is not built by wishing. It is built by daily decisions, consistent habits, and long-term discipline. Every dream requires a version of you that is stronger than your excuses. Excuses sound convincing, but they are comfort in disguise. Some people have talent but lack discipline, and talent without discipline becomes regret. Others have average talent but unshakable discipline, and they surpass everyone. Life is not kind to the gifted. Life rewards the disciplined. Look at nature. The sun rises and sets on time every single day without skipping a beat. The tide follows patterns. The seasons obey cycles. The universe itself is disciplined, consistent, and rhythmic. God built discipline into creation because destiny cannot survive unpredictability. If the universe itself follows order, how can your destiny unfold in disorder? You must understand that discipline is a form of self-respect. When you keep the promises you make to yourself, you strengthen your identity. Every time you say, "I will wake up early," and you do, you build confidence. Every time you say, "I will study," and you do, you sharpen your mind. Every time you say, "I will save money," and you actually save, you strengthen your future. But every time you break your own promises, you weaken your belief in yourself. And a person who does not believe in themselves cannot believe in their destiny. Discipline is not about being harsh with yourself. It is about being committed to who you are becoming. The greatest version of you is not created in comfort. It is created in consistency. It is built in the quiet hours when no one is applauding, when no one is cheering, when you are alone with your goals and your choices. That is where destiny is sculpted. Think of a sculptor chiseling a statue. Each tap seems small, insignificant, repetitive. But over time, those tiny, consistent strikes shape something magnificent. Your daily habits are those chisels, small, repetitive actions that seem unimportant but are building a masterpiece. Missing one day doesn't ruin the sculpture, but missing many days delays the masterpiece. Discipline is doing the work even when progress seems invisible. Look at people who wake up early. They don't wake up early because it feels good. They wake up early because purpose requires time. Purpose requires clarity. Purpose requires focus. There are ideas inside you waiting to be born, but they need disciplined hours to grow. There are gifts inside you waiting to shine, but they need consistent practice to mature. The world will not see your brilliance if you do not discipline your life long enough for brilliance to emerge. Discipline protects you from yourself. Your greatest enemy is not people, not circumstances, not critics. It is the undisciplined version of you. That version wants shortcuts. That version wants comfort. That version prefers delay. That version chooses distraction. And if you do not discipline that version, it will quietly destroy your future. You cannot negotiate with weakness. You train it. You tame it. You rise above it. There will be days when your body says, "I'm tired." Days when your mind says, "Not today." Days when your emotions say, "Take a break." And on those days, you must answer with vision. You must answer with purpose. You must answer with destiny. Winners don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it through discipline. Ordinary people become extraordinary not by chance, but by choice. The choice to keep going. The choice to fight through resistance. The choice to honor their calling with daily consistency. Every great dream has a price, and discipline is the currency. You cannot pray for what you refuse to prepare for. You cannot desire what you do not discipline yourself to become. Destiny is attracted to those who pay the price. The future belongs to the disciplined. Time is the most democratic gift on earth. Every human, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, successful or struggling, receives the exact same 24 hours a day. No one gets an extra minute. No one receives a discount. No one is allowed a refund. And yet, The difference between people who rise and those who remain stuck is not talent, not luck, not opportunity, but how they manage the time they already have. Time management is not simply a skill, it is the highest form of wisdom. Because when you learn to manage time, you learn to manage life itself. Think about it, everything you want: success, healing, growth, financial increase, confidence, spiritual maturity requires time. Time is the soil in which every dream must be planted. If you waste the soil, the seed cannot grow. Many people are waiting for a miracle, when what they need is a schedule. They are waiting for a breakthrough, when what they need is consistency. They are waiting for God to open doors, while they continuously mismanage the hours He has already given them. Have you noticed how time slips away when it isn't respected? You tell yourself you will work for an hour, and suddenly you've lost 3 scrolling through meaningless noise. You plan to study, but one notification derails your focus. You promise yourself you'll start tomorrow, and somehow tomorrow becomes next month. Life doesn't destroy destiny, distraction does. Every distraction is a thief dressed as entertainment. Every wasted minute is an opportunity silently buried. Time does not shout when you waste it. It simply leaves. And once it leaves, it never returns. Look at people who do great things. You'll find that they're not superhuman. They are simply masters of their minutes. They plan their days. They protect their mornings. They create boundaries. They prioritize what matters. They do not allow noise to occupy space meant for purpose. They treat time like treasure because they understand that every minute is currency. You spend it wisely or you spend it foolishly, but you always spend it, and your life becomes the result of how you spend it. Think of a student preparing for exams. 2 students may be equally intelligent, equally capable, equally gifted, but one organizes time, creates slots for revision, controls distractions, and sticks to a plan. The other keeps delaying, waiting for the right mood, telling themselves there's still time. When exam day arrives, both face the same questions, but only one is ready. Not because they were smarter, but because they respected time. Time rewards those who honor it. Time management is also a mirror. It shows you what you truly value. You can say you want to improve your health, but if you never allocate time to exercise, your actions reveal your real priorities. You can say you want to grow spiritually, but if you never schedule time for quiet reflection or prayer, your schedule reveals the truth. You can say you want to build a business, but if your time is spent aimlessly instead of intentionally, your dream becomes a wish instead of a goal. And the dangerous thing about wasted time is that it disguises itself. You think you have plenty. You think you can always start later. But later is a liar. Later has stolen more dreams than failure ever has. Later convinces you that you still have time, until one day you wake up realizing years have passed and nothing has changed. Wisdom whispers, start now. Wisdom says, honor the hours you have. Wisdom pushes you to ask, is what I'm doing right now taking me closer to my destiny or farther from it? Time management isn't about filling your day with endless tasks. It's about aligning your minutes with your mission. You don't need to be busy. You need to be intentional. There's a difference between activity and progress. A person can work all day, stay exhausted, stay occupied, and still accomplish nothing of meaning. But someone with intention can do less and achieve more, because every action is tied to a purpose. Time management is really purpose management. Daily routines are powerful not because they are rigid, but because they create rhythm. Rhythm produces momentum. Momentum produces breakthroughs. Look at anyone who has changed their life permanently. They didn't change everything overnight. They changed how they used time. They replaced one bad habit with one good habit. They exchanged wasted hours for productive hours. They invested time into learning, into discipline, into health, into spiritual growth, into vision. And slowly, day by day, their life shifted. Time is the companion of destiny. Destiny unfolds in pieces, not all at once. Every hour is a brick that builds your future. Some people are unknowingly building a palace with their time. Others are building a prison. Every choice makes a structure. Every hour adds to the building, and one day you will walk into the life you have built with your time, whether you like it or not. Think of your future self as a person waiting for you. That future version of you is stronger, wiser, healthier, wealthier, more focused, more peaceful. That future version is calling out, manage today well so I can exist tomorrow. Every minute you honor becomes a gift to your future self. Every minute you waste becomes a burden your future self must carry. Time management is not just wisdom, it is love. Love for the person you are becoming. Love for the people counting on your destiny. Love for the calling that God placed inside you. And time does not wait. It does not pause for your fears, your excuses, your procrastination, your confusion. Time keeps moving forward, pulling your destiny with it. If you don't walk with time, you fall behind your own potential. If you don't lead your minutes will lead you into regret. The greatest tragedy is not death, it is wasted life. And wasted life is the result of wasted time. Time is the currency of greatness. And greatness belongs to those who use that currency with wisdom. Organization is not simply about putting things in order. It is about unlocking power that is already inside you. You are not waiting to become great. You are waiting to become organized. There is potential sitting inside you that has been dormant for years, not because you are incapable, not because you are unworthy, because your gifts are scattered, your focus is divided, and your environment does not support your destiny. Organization is the key that turns hidden potential into visible power. Think about a cluttered room. The moment you walk in, you feel overwhelmed. You cannot think clearly. You cannot find what you need. You feel stressed without even knowing why. But when you clean it, when you arrange it, when you put everything in its place, suddenly the atmosphere changes. Your mind feels lighter. Your clarity increases. Your creativity wakes up. The room is the same, but you are different. This is what organization does inside your life. The potential was always there, but confusion buried it, disorder weakened it, and chaos silenced it. Many people think they lack ability, when in truth they lack structure. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if your life is chaotic, your ideas will suffocate. You can have divine gifts, but if your routines are undisciplined, your gifts will never mature. You can have the desire to change the world, but if your environment fights your focus, your dreams will remain distant. Organization is not about cleaning, it is about aligning your life with your assignment. Imagine a gardener trying to grow seeds in a messy, crowded garden. Weeds everywhere, tools scattered, soil infected with debris. No matter how powerful the seed is, it cannot grow in that environment. But once the gardener organizes the garden, removes weeds, clears space, prepares soil, the same seed begins to grow with strength. The seed did not change, the environment did. Organization prepares the environment for your potential to rise. Many destinies die not from lack of purpose, but from lack of preparation. Organization is preparation. When you organize your finances, you make room for wealth. When you organize your schedule, you make room for progress. When you organize your mind, you make room for revelation. When you organize your workspace, you make room for productivity. When you organize your habits, you make room for transformation. Organization does not create potential, it awakens it. Look at your phone. When storage is full, the device slows. Apps crash, performance drops. Not because the phone is broken, but because there is no space left for it to function properly. You don't throw it away, you clean it. You delete unnecessary files. You reorganize apps. You clear the cache, and suddenly the phone becomes fast again. Your life works exactly the same. You are not slow, unmotivated, or behind. You are simply overloaded. Your mind has too many open tabs. Your emotions are cluttered. Your priorities are scattered. When you reorganize your inner life, potential that once felt blocked begins to move freely. Organization also magnifies your strengths. When everything is scattered, you cannot see what you're truly good at. But when you structure your life, clarity increases. You begin to recognize your gifts, your patterns, your unique abilities. You start seeing opportunities you once missed. You begin to focus on what matters. You start investing your energy where it multiplies instead of where it evaporates. Organization protects your potential from being wasted. Think about a musician. If their instruments are thrown everywhere, wires tangled, notes misplaced, sheet music lost, their gift remains trapped. But when everything is arranged, when instruments are set, notes are in order, tools are ready, that same musician produces excellence. Organization does not give them talent. It gives their talent space to perform. Your gifts are waiting for space. Look at a business. It can have brilliant employees, amazing ideas, and strong resources. But without systems, without structure, without order, the business collapses. Not because it lacked potential, but because potential without organization becomes chaos. The same is true for relationships. The same is true for families. The same is true for personal dreams. Organization is the foundation that holds everything together. You cannot elevate while your life is disorganized. Elevation requires structure. Promotion requires preparation. Expansion requires order. Many people pray for a bigger platform, but a bigger platform without organization becomes a bigger mess. God does not bless confusion. God blesses order. Before God filled the world with life, He first brought order to the chaos. Order always comes before blessing. Organization is not just a habit, it is a spiritual alignment with divine principles. Organization also reduces stress. You think you are tired from work or people or pressure, but often you are tired from disorder. Your mind is fighting clutter. Your spirit is wrestling with confusion. Your energy is spent trying to navigate chaos. But when you organize your life, stress decreases because clarity increases. Clarity is power, and clarity is born from order. Think of people who achieve extraordinary things. They are not necessarily the smartest or the fastest. They are simply structured. They know where their time goes. They know what their priorities are. They plan their actions. They track their progress. They remove distractions. They live intentionally. Organization gives them the ability to do more with less effort because their energy flows in one direction instead of 10. Organization also builds confidence. When your life is structured, you feel in control, you feel capable, you feel focused, you feel ready. You stop doubting yourself because your environment supports your goals. You stop procrastinating because you know what to do next. You stop feeling overwhelmed because everything has its place. Organization doesn't just unlock your potential, it unlocks your identity. It shows you who you can be when your life is aligned with your purpose. And organization is a daily practice. You don't organize once, you organize continuously. Life will always try to bring clutter. Distractions will always try to enter. But each time you bring order, you activate new levels of potential. Your greatness is not waiting for more talent. Your greatness is waiting for more order. Potential is not unlocked in chaos, but in clarity. And clarity is the child of organization. Listen to me and listen with your spirit wide open. Everything you have heard, everything that stirred your heart, everything that pushed you, challenged you, awakened you, it all comes down to one truth: your future is waiting on your decision. Not tomorrow's decision, not next week's decision, not the decision you make when life gets easier. The decision you make right now, in this moment, in this breath, in this heartbeat, because destiny is not created in convenience. Destiny is created in conviction, the kind of conviction that says, I refuse to let my life stay the same, the kind of conviction that rises up inside you and declares, I will not die with my potential still locked inside me. The kind of conviction that looks at your past and says, you served your purpose, but you will not define my future. You have been waiting for a sign. This is it. You've been waiting for a change. You are the change. You've been waiting for someone to come rescue your purpose. No one is coming. You are the hero of your story. You are the one who must decide that you are done living in chaos, done living in excuses, done living below your calling. You are the one who must say, enough is enough. Today I rise. Today I build. Today I organize. Today I focus. Today I step into the version of myself that God always saw in me. Some of you have been asleep in your own life, walking through days without direction. moving without intention, breathing without purpose. But now, right now, your spirit is waking up. You can feel it. That pressure inside you is not anxiety. It is destiny calling your name. That stirring in your heart is not confusion. It is greatness demanding to be released. That tug you feel is not fear. It is your future pulling you forward. And hear me clearly, you are not behind. You are not late. You are not abandoned. You are being positioned. Every struggle sharpened you. Every delay prepared you. Every heartbreak shaped you. Every disappointment disciplined you. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from wisdom. You are starting from survival. You are starting from experience. You are starting from strength you didn't even know you had. Now it's time to use it. There is a version of you waiting on the other side of discipline, order, and focus, a version that is powerful, clear-minded, unstoppable, a version you haven't even met yet, a version that will make you say, "Where has this person been all my life?" And life will answer, "They were always inside you. They just needed structure to break free." You don't need to be perfect to rise. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need a flawless plan. You just need to start. Start organizing, start deciding, start cutting away distractions, start protecting your time, start honoring your purpose, start becoming the architect of your own destiny. Because hear this loud, your life will not change because you want it to. It will change because you structure it to. Your dream will not manifest because you're excited about it. It will manifest because you discipline yourself for it. Your potential will not shine because you believe in it. It will shine because you build the environment for it to grow. Every giant you admire was once a beginner. Every champion you praise once fought the same battles you're fighting. Every successful person you look up to once stood in the same confusion, the same fear, the same uncertainty. The difference is that they said the words you must now say, "I will not quit, I will not fold, I will not settle." Say it with boldness. My future deserves my discipline. My purpose deserves my focus. My destiny deserves my organization. My greatness begins now. Now close your eyes for one moment and see the life you're called to live. See the peace, see the progress, see the clarity, see the success, see the confidence, see the strength. Feel the power of becoming the person you were designed to be. It's not far away. It's not impossible. It's not unreachable. It's waiting for your decision to step into alignment. Now open your eyes and choose it. Choose discipline. Choose order. Choose structure. Choose focus. Choose growth. Choose purpose. Choose yourself. Choose the life that honors the calling inside you. Because at the end of your days, you will not regret the battles you fought. You will not regret the sacrifices you made. You will not regret the habits you developed. You will only regret the life you never lived because you didn't rise when destiny called your name. Destiny is calling now. Purpose is calling now. Greatness is calling now. And this time you will answer.